Okay, and here's the MK4. That's going to stay MK4. I got this from Ctazi. It's in fantastic shape. It's got a few things wrong with it, which I'll go over. Pretty much all it needs is a good Windex treatment, with the exception of some missing parts and some touch-up in some areas. What he's done already is he's got new buttons, new joysticks, new Lexan, I believe, and new T-molding. New T-molding, new buttons, new joysticks, new Lexan, and I believe that's it. I take that back. He did put new graphics on the side of the control panel, on both sides, and they look great, except it's from Game On Graphics. This side is this side works and looks pretty good. No complaints on this side. Looks pretty damn good. There's some spots all over the machine where the T-molding doesn't stay in, so I'm gonna have to tear it out, put some Elmer's wood glue in there, and tape it off, and have it stick in there better. Even you can see it doesn't stick in there. There's a bunch of spots on here, like right here, same thing, and right there. So I will fix that. That's no big deal. But on this side, it's not sticking here for shit. I can rub it on there, and 10 seconds later it comes right off. Plus, there's a piece hanging down. It's right there. You can catch it and just pull it back off again. So I'm going to tear this off until it reaches the point to where it's not sticking anymore. Spray that adhesive on there and stick it back on there and tape it. Once it's dry, I will take an X-Acto and trim it off. So that will be no issue. So I'll fix that. I just want to go over everything on it before I bring it in the house and do a final touch-up. So once I get it inside the house and get it fully 100% done, with everything that needs to be done can be done inside the house. So I'm going over what needs to be done before I bring it in the house. That way you can see some before and after. And it did not come with one of these. This was on the bezel that was here. This sticker was on this bezel, and I put an MK3 on there and took the MK4 off and put it on here. And then this is the MK4 that I'm converting to MK3. All that's left is the control panel graphics and then make a control panel. I have a local print shop here making me a set of art files for the front and the side, and they're going to be perfectly accurate to the actual MK3 machine. The Game On Graphics website has the Mortal Kombat 3 control panel art, but it is completely foobarred. The letters are too tall. All the red is actually yellow. Everywhere that's supposed to be red is more yellow than red. It's too tall, it's too wide. The sides, instead of being the midway with the 3D effect that's exclusive to MK3, like MK2 here just has midway, but MK3 has a 3D effect to it with the R to the side. So MK3 is the only one that looks like that. I'm going to be able to get the artwork printed up dead on perfect with the real MK3 look to it. I'm going to pick that up tomorrow. Well, actually it's 2:30 in the morning right now, so I'll pick it up today. So be on the lookout for that video. I'm going to paint this all black. Instead of stripping it off, I'm going to paint it so it's a smooth surface instead of a rough wood surface. I'm just going to put that decal on over this after I paint it black. So I will show that off, and I'm sure it'll turn out fantastic. And I went ahead and had them print up 2 copies of the sides and 2 copies of the front. So I'm going to sell another set if anybody wants them. After you see how they turn out, I'm sure you're going to want them. Anyway, that's that machine. Back to this one. The only thing I need to do to this machine is replace. There's no coin mechanism here. You can see it's gone, and there's no return flapper or bezel around this one. Everything is completely gone here out of this number 2. But what I've got here is the old guts of my original main cabinet, and I do have the coin door in there. So I'm going to rob the guts off my coin door for the number 1 off the old main cabinet and put them on here, and it should be good to go. So, oh, he put new locks on here too. But everything works perfect. I need to replace the coin door stuff. I need to fix this. I need to give it a good Windex treatment, and I believe that is it. But there is something I wanted to point out. Oh, I'm sorry, I need to go through and do all the T-molding fixes where it's not sticking. But there are 2 giant holes here. There's a hole right there. There's a hole right there. I don't know what they were for, but I'm not sure if I just want to leave it the way it is, because there's not really anything you're going to be able to do. If at some point I find, as a matter of fact, I have the scan of the MK4 control panel. If the artwork for this turns out as perfect as I think it's going to turn out, I'm going to take the scan of the MK4 control panel that I have to the same place that's doing my artwork, and I will have them print up a new MK4 control panel overlay, and that will take care of these holes. And if I end up doing that, I will show that off. So look for that in the part 2 of this video, once it's, including with it being inside and all restored and done. So I wanted to go over everything on this machine before I got too far with it. I really haven't done anything really except unwrap it and move it up here against the wall. So for now, that's it. Let me go over the sides. I mean, you can see here that it's in pretty good shape. There's a nick right there. Some black paint won't touch up too bad, and then you got some marks right there. Nothing too bad. So some black paint for that, and I'm not really too worried about this shit here. Otherwise, this side's pretty good. Other side, it's not too bad either, except you got some light here. You can see right here, right there. There's a scuff right here. There's a giant, well, you can't really even see with the camera, but it's right, you can see it right there. But if I got to point it out and it's hard for you to see, it's going to be not really a big deal. But this side's in pretty good shape. You can see it's in pretty good shape. So anyway, this video is a lot longer than I originally planned on it being, but that's it. So once I get everything done, coin door and fix the side and the T-molding stuff, I'll bring it inside, or maybe I'll bring it inside and do all that later, doesn't matter. So stay tuned for part 2, and keep an eye out for the part 2 of this MK3 conversion with the control panel artwork. So, oh, damn, even more. I forgot to mention they're also printing me up one of these. And you guys are going to be taken aback at how well it's going to turn out, because the artwork files that I gave to these people, they sized them up correctly per the measurements I gave them, and they did some test prints, and the quality looks fantastic. I'm kind of building it up to a big deal here, but I'm sure you'll see when I get the artwork and I show it to you, it's going to be well worth the effort and the wait. So stay tuned, and we'll see how all this stuff turns out. So thanks for watching.